Today, the Earth is threatened, and we must react. The greenhouse effect increased considerably because of the temperature. Indeed, the increasing of the temperature is mainly created by the pollution. This pollution is primarily caused by all gases produced by houses, transports, which use oil like cars. Few innovations had been created, like the new use of the renewable energies or the evolution of transports. If everybody changed his habits, the situations can evolve. First of all, by beginning with the public transport. Everybody changed his habits, the situation can evolve. First of all, by beginning with the public transport. So let's talk about bikes. Today, more and more people use bikes to move in the city. That's why some cities decided to rent bikes to allow people to move easily. This is an important revolution because by using bikes, people participate in the improvement of the sustainable development. Even if it's efficient, the transport which is the most used is always the car.
Why people use bikes? And why people don't use bikes?
People use bikes because it's practical. Indeed, when there's too many people on the road or in the public transport, the bike is a good solution. It's also a way to do sport without losing time. On the other hand, people don't use bike because it's tiring and because they don't want to sweat. There is a solution to solve this problem: the electric bike. If cities would replace their basic bikes by electric bikes, the problem of the sweat and of the tiredness would be settled. There wouldn't be any need to force.
Why the electric bike is less tiring than the basic bike?
The answer is simple. It's due to the electric assistant. Like that. Indeed, on an e-bike, there are three main parts which are not on a basic bike: the motor, the battery, and the command of regulation. The power needed to feed the motor is supplied by the battery, and this battery is controlled by the command of regulation. The battery is like a stack. It supplies electric energy to the motor, and for that it must be reloaded. There is many models of batteries. For example, when it's written 24V and 18A on a battery, it indicates the power of the battery and its autonomy. With this kind of battery, we can roll 50 km in high power and 122 km in low power. The electric cost is around 10 cents. This motor converts the electrical energy of the battery in mechanical energy, used to increase the rotation speed of the back wheel of the bike. This energy is in fact created by brass reels in which a tension is sent. A little experiment to explain the process of the electric motor. So to do this experiment, we need a battery, a magnet, and copper wire. So put the magnet on the negative terminal of the battery. Now cut a piece of copper wire and twist it to get this form. Now put the wire on the positive terminal of the battery. And give impetus and the copper wire turn without stopping. So, why does it turn? This little experiment shows the simple process of an electric motor. The battery sends power to the copper wire and it creates a magnetic field, which sets in the motion the wire. Consequently, the strength of the motor is combined with the strength of the person which drives the bike. However, a law was crossed and it forbids electric bikes to exceed 25 km/h. I will take an example. Imagine someone takes his bike to move in a city. The relief is flat and there is no one. The power produced by his legs is approximately 100 watts. Of course, it depends on the size, the weight and the physical condition of the person, but it's just to have an idea. Imagine now the same person will choose an electric bike with the electric assistant. He will have the double of power. The price. The approximate price of a good bike is 300 euro. Unfortunately, the approximate price of an electric bike is around 1,200 euro. In summary, the electric bike has many advantages. He is easy to use, he is less tiring than a simple bike, and he is an ecological transport. Unfortunately, he is very expensive and he is not inexhaustible. For example, in Lyon, electric bikes could be rented by Velov and people could discover it. To conclude, the electric bike is ecological. It participates in the relief of congestion of cities and decreases the level of pollution in city center. Non-exhaust gas, the electric bike is not noisy and doesn't emit CO2 during its travel. Therefore, it can be a real way for cities to improve their air quality. We can hope that less cars will be used in big cities in the years to come.
Try the electric bike, it's adopted!